Hey guys, Logan here with Golden Raids, and welcome back. I'm going to do another attack strategy video today, and this is the Bowler Hog attack strategy, or HOBO, I guess some people call. And Dan here in our clan is probably one of the best hog attackers I've ever seen. I don't know if he invented this strategy, but he definitely is the one that introduced it to our clan big time and taught a lot of us how to use it. So I'm gonna go over his attack here with a few tips that he gave to me. And basically, you want to start off with what you want to get with the kill squad. You have to get the Queen, the Inferno. Basically, those are the two main things. And if it's a mixed clan castle, meaning it has basically anything other than a hound, you have to take that out as well, or it'll ruin your hogs in the end. So in this case, it's a mixed clan castle, so he needs to take that out. It's a baby dragon, witches, and some other stuff. He starts off by just making a good funnel. You gotta make a good funnel for your kill squad so that everything goes into the middle, or goes into the Inferno and the Queen, so you get the most possible value for the troops you're putting down. Use the Warden on one side. That'll take out that camp. That'll even take out the mortar there if he waits long enough. He used the baby dragon on the other side to take out that builder hut and the spell factory there. And here's one thing I see Dan do a lot. He drops the king kind of offset to tank for a point defense behind the wall, and drops all his bowlers on a building outside, with the intent that the bowlers will spam down the rocks and the double bounce will destroy the second layer defense, which was an archer tower right there. And what that does is two things. It takes out an archer tower, so it takes out defense value for the kill squad, and it cuts off that funnel even more. So at this point, the bowlers are going to go straight towards that builder, or that barracks right there, and he's got a great funnel set up for all of his troops going to the inside. With the Queen, she likes to walk off to the edges, so when you're attacking against a mixed CC, you're going to want to set her dead center and really make sure you got a good funnel set so she goes into the middle, because you don't want her walking off and letting that CC live. From here, the King goes in and does the majority of the tanking for the kill squad. There's a giant bomb there, so he pops the Warden ability pretty early, and usually you want to wait as long as you can on that Warden ability, but in this case he had to pop it early to save some of those bowlers so they weren't such low health going through that Inferno and into the Queen. So a lot of stuff is happening right now. He dropped a rage, obviously. His bowlers just went through that Inferno, and the clan castle came out. They should be attacking the clan castle and the Queen at this point if they're not already taken out, but there's kind of a mess there, so I'm not really sure. But the Queen does drop. At this point, you're going to want to drop the hogs immediately to one side of the kill squad. And one thing you're going to want to watch for is the eagle placement. If you don't necessarily have to get the eagle with the kill squad, but you don't want it to live for very long, so you have to send the hogs on a path that will target the eagle as quickly as possible. So looking at this here, they'll go through that air defense cannon, they'll go to that expo mortar, and then past that they will be inside of the eagle's range and ready to target the eagle. By the time that happens, the eagle will not lock onto the hogs, and they should still mostly be alive. This also, by sending the hogs early like this, allows your kill squad to tank for the hogs a little bit, and they'll take a lot less damage and stay alive a lot longer. So here the hogs go in. You actually will see the eagle tries to lock onto the hogs there, but the hogs take it out pretty quick. And basically he just follows around the hogs with heal spells He threw down 2 already. And from here the Hogs have pretty good pathing right into that last Inferno. And basically, not a lot of the time are you going to want to use a freeze for the Inferno, just heal through it unless there's a significant amount of splash damage or a lot of giant bombs. Most of the time I've just seen guys just tank it with the Hogs and just heal through it. You'll lose a couple Hogs, but it'll be fine. And I see that he actually missed a Troll Tesla, but it turns out to be okay because he still is able to 3-star the base. Just make sure you bring enough cleanup. He has, it looks like, archers and goblins for cleanup. I like to use goblins for cleanup because they're cheap, and if there's a lot of resource buildings around the outside, they take them out really quickly. This may not have been the best base for goblins, but it all worked out in the end. So that's the first hog raid we're going to go over, and this base is obviously wrecked. The next attack I'm going to go and show is one by Big Papa. And I picked this attack because he does a couple different things here that I'd like to point out. It is a Hound clan castle, so what we do when a Hound clan castle is present is we use the queen as one side of the funnel. So we just let the queen die, and basically from there ignore the Hound. Let the Hound just run around and follow your Hogs because it's not going to do any damage. With a Hound clan castle for cleanup, I like to take troops like goblins and minions as opposed to archers or wizards, because they will actually target the Hound if the Hound gets too near them. If a Hound targets goblins, they'll just run. They don't attack heirs, so they'll just run and continue to clean up. And the Hound won't follow around minions, so I like to use them as cleanup as well, because usually the Hound will be stuck in a group of Hogs and it won't go off course and target minions, which will stop their cleanup. So from here, I'll just go through the raid. He starts off with the queen, I believe, down here at 8 o'clock. And as you can see, he just puts her down, and the queen will get crazy value on the funnel. Pops the ability and just lets her die. And on the top side of the funnel, uses an archer there and a baby dragon. Uses the quake again with 2 giants, the king, and bowlers as the kill squad. Throws in the warden behind them. And this is just a perfectly set up funnel right here. Everything's going to go in the center. After they take out the archer tower, they'll just start going through the base and get into that inferno and take out the queen eventually. The rage is down, uses the king ability. Those bowlers are all invulnerable in the middle there. As you can see, the Hound comes out, but nothing in this kill squad is going to target the Hound because it all attacks ground. The bowlers lock onto that queen and take it out quick. He drops the Hogs early while the kill squad's still alive, so that the kill squad does some tanking for the Hogs. From here, it's got decent pathing to the eagle here, so the eagle's not going to take out many Hogs. A heal right there and a lot of cannons, a lot of point defense that'll do a lot of damage to Hogs. From here, he just continues to follow with heal spells. He'll heal right over that Inferno tower right there. And he's already placed down some cleanup troops. And when there's a Hound clan castle, for that last single dark spell that you use, that you usually bring as a poison for the clan castle, what we do is bring a skeleton spell and use it later in the raid to just distract defenses as Hounds come in, or Hogs come in and do more damage to defenses. So he drops it down here on this mortar, so that all those defenses right there, all grouped up, are gonna just target onto random skeletons that are being spawned, and it'll just allow the hogs to survive through there a lot longer, and more hogs will survive through the base. At this point, he's got a heal spell healing his hogs. Like 4 or 5 hogs are still alive through this last defense, and this base is wrecked. That Clan Castle Hound is locked onto the Warden, and the Warden will just ignore that Hound. He's just got his final cleanup troops running around, and that seems to be about it. The base from here is pretty wrecked. One tip with hog deployment is you're going to want to keep hogs together more. You don't want to spread them out too much, because if they're too thin, they won't do enough damage to keep up with their incoming damage on them from the point defenses. So if you can, keep them in a tighter group so they're more clumped together, and that's going to be the most effective way for them to do the most damage. Aside from that, I can't really think of any other tips for this strategy. Again, if you have any other questions, you can leave a comment, and I'll answer as many comments and questions as I can. If you're in my clan, just message me or direct message me on our group chats. And that's about it, guys. Clash on.